Hello everyone, welcome back to Planet Coaster 2 and our park of Star Wars Jedi Adventures. So last episode was our first episode, of course, which we opened the park and gave you a good old tour around what we've done so far. And we also placed the Skywatcher Tower. We left this in a bit of a mess and the whole roof looks pretty terrible at the moment, so we're going to do some work on that today. Let's jump in, let's have a look, let's get started on this. So I've started straightening up the pathways around the edge, pulled them across so they're sort of right on the edge of the building. So we've just got to finish joining them up. Let's get into the right sort of mode, that's it. The build mode, which sort of lags around the screen a bit, which is annoying, but hopefully they'll fix it one day. Right, so if we go into pathways, as you know, what I tend to do here is rather than edit the pathway, which is one way, you can select the points and you can drag it over, but I mean, as you can see, it's a little bit glitchy and doesn't always do what you want it to. So the way I actually prefer doing it now is by selecting a path element, advanced move and duplicating it. At least this way you know it's all going to line up, it's all going to be sort of straight and square. And I can line that up perfectly on the corner there. And there you go, we have a perfect sort of corner. Now I've placed down these pieces of the building here just so I can line up where the corner is and make sure it's looking pretty good. It's slightly off that one, but is that where I'm not quite on the edge of the building? It's close. I think it's close enough, to be honest. We're talking maybe an inch or something. I'm not going to worry about that on something this size, unless it affects what we're doing here. Because we do want to build some sort of planters in here, make like a roof garden. Make this build feel a little bit less just like a big grey boxy temple thing. I want to add some finer details, which is what we're going to do. So let's just sort this pathway out anyway first. We'll come out of editing the scenery group. We'll select this path again. It's going to make a bit of a funny detail there. We'll have to sort that out. Oh, that was slightly off. Let's undo that. Yeah, the only thing here is trying to line it up exactly where you want it. There we go, we got it that time. So I could bring this over, or I could just select this piece and bring that over, which is probably easier. There we go. And what that should do as well is merge those into single pieces, not too many pieces, but it's made a good corner, so I'm happy with that. We've got a queue to join up there, but we might redo the queue. That corner's good, that corner's good over there. Right, so we've got to join up our sort of main entrance from downstairs. Inside we now have 4 pathways that link in. And obviously these take you down. Oh, what's happened? Something's gone wrong here, we'll have to fix that. There has been an update, so I don't know if that's broken a couple of the pathways, possibly. That's our downstairs area. For those that haven't seen the first episode yet, go back and watch it. There's a lot in here. Right, so we need to fix this. This time I'm going to use the edit tool. And I'm going to try and use the edit tool. Hopefully that should just link in. There we go. It's made a little bit of a kink in the pathway there, but if we're being fussy with it, we could go in and really edit that. I don't know if it's going to allow me to. Yeah, it's not really behaving itself, so I suppose the other way we could do is delete this section and link them together. So line builder, how wide are we here? Honestly can't remember, I think it was 8. We're on a vinyl path. In black. Railings are also black at the moment. Rails on, okay, let's try that. I think that's better than it was. I think that's actually pretty good now. Don't think it's bent, is it, or is it? I can't really tell. I'm trying to get a good angle on it. I'm not really going to notice it if it is. I'm happy with that. It's joined back in. Let's check the others. Make sure we've got no other breaks in the stairs. Nothing there. Looks fine down there. It looks fine down there. Okay. So pathways are all good there. We've got this one to join in. Let's turn the flashlight off. So again, I think I'll use the advanced move and duplicate method. Just find it a little bit more user friendly. Okay, I do want to update all these path colours as well. So I think it was the dark grey. Should we just copy the existing texture? Okay, hold down the left mouse and just drag it along. And then of course we've got to do the same on the railings. You just have to be a little bit careful with this because it's easy to... If I went off the path, it might edit a path somewhere else in the park underneath that I can't see. So that's happened before. Sometimes I just do a little section at a time and try and drag the handrail as well. Right, let's quickly go around and do all this. I mean, I might choose to change all the paths from yellow to a different colour. I've actually sand colour is the one I've used. I quite like it though. I don't want everything grey and boring. Okay, while we're here, shall we join up the queue and sort that out? I'll do the rest of the path afterwards. You don't want to watch me do the whole path. So the queue, I kind of want to make it a bit more symmetrical, and also I want to check it's central because I'm not sure this is exactly in the middle. So we need to try and work out the exact centre of the building, which could be tricky to be honest. But what I'm going to do as well, this area here, so I've had a look on Google, a few Google images of the Jedi temple roof, and there are some sort of small buildings on it, and there are some little roof garden areas and possibly some sort of statues. There's no real close-up of it, so you don't know exactly what's there, but I'm going to do sort of my interpretation of it and what works for the park as well, because the guests need certain things. A lot of them are getting tired, they need benches, they're getting hungry, they need the toilet, things like that. So we need to provide all the facilities upstairs to meet their needs, because it's quite a long walk up here. And at the moment, all they're coming up for is the Skywatcher and the view. So we haven't built the rest of the park yet, so we don't have... I mean, the view's still lovely, but there's nothing here. There's no park yet, of course. As you know, we're going to put in sort of various areas like Coruscant and Tatooine and some sort of galactic empire area. I don't know exactly what planet it's going to represent yet. when we get to it, we'll look into that a bit further. Well, honestly, I'm really excited to do the rest of this park. When we build out all these different areas, connect them up with monorails and all sorts, this park is going to be epic. I just know it. That's why I've spent so long on this main building. I just want it perfect for the rest of it. So as I was saying, there are some buildings up on the roof, and I'm going to put some pathway down here to create some really nice viewing points. So I think if you were standing here, you'd have an amazing view of the park. I mean, you would from the corners as well. But also, we need some seating. So we're going to make some sort of covered seating area because it could get quite hot and sunny up here. Or wet and windy. So we've got to cover all the sort of weather aspects. So I think what we're going to do is place some pathway. Now, I might do it with the line builder to start with. How are we doing height wise? Because this will automatically, yeah, look, it slopes itself down. Let's have a look how level that is. Is that going slightly downhill? It looks like it might be. Let's try that again. We might be better off doing a fixed length and just doing angle snap on, length snap on. So it's hard to get it what looks level. I haven't quite figured out that yet. So what we might use then is the advanced move and duplicate option again. I guess it doesn't really matter which piece we use because we can just line that up with the edge. And hopefully this will be nice and level and flat. I do find it a little bit easier to work with than the just drawing out paths. I mean, there is the draw tool as well, of course. Why have we got a blue railing on one side? I don't know. And we'll just bring that as close to the edge as we want to. So a little bit further. Yeah, there we go. Happy with that. Not happy with the blue railing, so we'll get rid of that. Customize, it should do it. Okay, again, advanced move and duplicate we're going to use. And I'm going to put one over on the other side. Okay, now if we link the path across, do we want to enclose the middle? I think we want it a bit wider, so maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll bring it in line with this on both sides. Which gives us the middle to put some sort of garden area, just to make it feel a little bit more natural. So seating, we want some covered seating. Let's have a look at the path extras. Do we want table and chairs like picnic benches or just individual seats kind of thing? I mean, I guess they could go down the middle and the sides. Also depends what we're going to use to cover. I don't think I want to use canopies. I think I'm going to build some proper roof structures, so I might put those up first. Let's have a look. Buildings, roofs. We don't want wooden. I want some sort of tile effect. the gilded roofs could look quite effective in a different colour. Maybe the shallow one, and I'm thinking maybe a sage or something. And if we were to place these, oh, we've lost the colour because we didn't press confirm. If we place these sort of down the centre of here, it should provide some nice shades. You can see the shade it's throwing on. Let's work out our heights because we've got some guests over here. Obviously they don't want to hit the heads like that, so I allow for some taller people. I think that should work. We can put some lights inside. Now we've just got to find the centre. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. We might choose to move it later, but I think maybe step that in a little bit. Yeah, the fourth one, probably not. Okay, there may be some supports, which could be, I mean that's timber underneath, but I don't think we would use too much timber on this build. Okay, so we've got our gilded roof, and I'm going to use some custom coaster supports, I think, to sort this out and hide all the woodwork on here. So let's go into there. I think we're going to put, just thinking ahead how we're going to do this, because there's quite a lot to hide. I don't mind the panelling there, but these wooden beams I'm going to try and lose. So what have we got? Coaster support 1 large. We could run that through the middle. Do we want it that big? I don't know. Let's have a quick look. Or we could reduce its size. Now it's got to hide whatever supports we put in here, so let's try a 50. Let's get it central. Okay. Let's run that to the end, and then we'll just continue that right away on the underside. Sometimes you can use the snap tool. I'm just going to do it manually. Like so, and that's worked out pretty good. We may need to add this to the building. And then I was just going to bring that over slightly. Okay. Right, what I wanted to use was one of these metal beams. Where is it? The one with the little holes in. Not a diagonal. That one does have the holes, but not the one I was looking for. Yeah, this one. Okay, get this angle snap. I'm going to place it like that and then spin it 45. I think if we align this with the centre of the wooden beam, that way whenever we place one, we know where to put it. I also want to bring that down. We're still going to see it. We need, well, when we build the other supports, I think we can make that work. Okay, until we do each side, right, let's spin one over, do the other side. Okay, I'm happy with that for now. So we either put girders in, or I think I'm going to prefer is the solid beams. So coast-disable 2 large is an option. Let's scale that down to 50%, say. It's going to be hard to find exactly where to put it. Trying to work out what's going to look right. Should we need to place the other one first? Let's do another one of those. Alright, so we've got this funny detail being formed here. And that is going to be... Let's try actually moving that one. We do have a bit to play with before it does pop out the other side, which is there. Yeah, it's not going to work. That needs to come down. Or we reduce the size of it. Wow, it's too small. Or do we just delete it altogether and not have them? I did kind of like the look of them, but to be honest, they're not really required. Yeah, let's do away with them. So let's complete this structure and then we can just duplicate it all the way down. So we need another leg over this side, which, why is it smaller? No, it's not. It's just me, I'm forgetting the other beam. Okay, so this side we've stepped it in, but actually this has the cleaner look that we're looking for. Why did it just delete? Okay, that's better. Sometimes you just got to play around with things and see what looks right. I don't like this highlighted grid. Can we not get rid of it? Probably not. Okay, actually if we highlight, just thinking how many supports do we want. Maybe we're going to put them where the roof joins there and obviously the end again. So let's highlight everything we've done there. Pull that all across again. Oh, hang on, we need the diagonals as well. Right, to save it doing its screen tearing, sure it's going to want to. We'll move it up and down and left and right a little bit. And try and line it back up. There we go. Okay, so that gives quite a nice structure there, sort of sunshade and rain protection. We could cover up all this wood if we want to inside. Don't know, what do you think? Do you think we need to? Perhaps we could use some lighting in here, or maybe some screens. I mean, a screen would cover that completely. What size is that? 8 meters? They're smaller. 1 meter, 2 meter, 4 meter. But they're TV screens. We don't actually have to display anything on them. Just use them for decoration. We can choose whether to hide the edges of the screen, go back up to 90%. A bit bigger. Like so, that hides everything. Of course, this one's a different size. You get the sort of gist of what I'm trying to do here. I will go in and fine tune it all. Just which side we choose to use. I quite like that panelling, that's quite nice. I feel like we need a bit of lighting as well though. Working out exactly how we want to do the lighting. Okay, I'm going to go away, just play around with this a bit, and I'll be right back with a finished article, a finished product. okay, so I've duplicated this setup all the way around on each 4 sides, and while I've been doing this, I've actually figured out a little workaround for a bug. So you know the sort of stuttering bug, as they call it. It's basically when you're just in your normal menu, you've got the build menu here, you get all this sort of stuttering and lag when you scroll around. If, however, we have anything selected, even if I select the whole building or that whole scenery group, any scenery group, even a single item, we don't get it anymore. Even if we select a guest, we don't get it anymore. So it's quite a good way for me to have a look around without that annoying sort of glitch until they get it fixed. So yeah, there you go, you can see the 4 sides all completed. We've also added this lighting strip going all the way around, which is made up of, let me show you, obviously the visual light strip and these sort of metal support beams, which look quite nice, I think. So yeah, that's that all done. Now we're going to work on this sort of interior part of the roof terrace. So I've had a couple of ideas, and yeah, we're going to use some basic shapes. So let's have a look. I was going to go triangles. That's it, I want it that way around. We're going to increase the size to its max, and then I want to change the colour as well. So I think we're going to use silver and maybe dark grey. So let's start with the silver. I'm going to line it up with the edge of that kind of piece there, just so I've got the same starting point on each side. We'll bring it back to the path for now, but I may change that because I might put the lighting strip all the way around as well, which we've also got on the interior of this sort of garden design. Basically what we've done here with circles, I'm going to have a go at doing this with some triangles and put some sort of bushes in and things like that. So let's spin that around so we can see what we're doing. Not sure if I want the relative axis or the world axis on, to be honest, but it seems to be working fine at the moment. So we'll stick with it. Now if we spin these round, go with our dark grey, we can see what we're trying to achieve then. It should fit in there nicely. You can see if you overlap it even slightly, it goes crazy on you. Which is actually how I did some display screens on the arcade machines. You basically just overlap different colours and you'll get a good effect. Kind of like this. Use like a red and a green is quite effective. Right, let's split that from the building. So we've got a new scenery group. Is that joined? Looks like it is. Now I don't know whether to continue this right the way down. So look what else we're going to do. We're going to add some rectangles along here as well to try and build some flower beds. And what I might actually do is step them up as well. I think that would look quite good. We'll go with, what colour do we want? Doing a new colour? Or a different shade? Okay, let's go with the silver for now. We could change this later. Scale them up, spin them around that way. So they're naturally slightly higher anyway, but I don't know if I have to stack them. Yeah, we've got a little bit of flicker in there, we'll have to fix that. Right, let's pull that across there. In fact, it's good, just gone into Pyre here. Right, we might go with the round box hedge here. We might need to add some sort of round border to it as well. What have we got actually that's round? I know we've got the lighting. If you don't mind that, let's go with the green, or let's go. I suppose it could be black, like some sort of edging. Ideally we want an even spacing, but let's have a look. Just have a look where this line is, just past the point. Right, it's exactly lined up with that triangle now. Okay, so it doesn't work out. We can just turn it on just to check the spacing like that. Hang on. We can't do two at once. Oh, well, actually, that should work out exactly where that is. Which is even easier because we can use the red arrow. Okay, so now it's flicked to the top. Why does it do that? I don't know. Okay, that's it. Right, something like that. Let's see what else we can do with it. Obviously, we're going to duplicate it around this side. Add something else in here. Okay, what we could have done with these is actually use the planters instead. So I think we're going to delete those circles. Well, I could leave them there as guides, but we don't need them, so they can go. We're going to use the round planter. Let's change that colour to the sage that we used before. Size wise, not too bad, might be a little bit small. Let's take it up to 120. Was that too big? It's funny, whenever you look at these from a different angle, they tend to change slightly. Yeah, it looks fine. Of course, we've got to try and get it in the same place again. Okay, looking good. I think if we duplicate one of these triangles on the end, or do we just carry that along? I don't know, I feel like I want something different there. Let's add one more of those. Done. Duplicate that. Hang on. They're all separate scenery groups. Right. That's it, it's all one group. I guess actually what I should do is finish one corner and then duplicate it 4 times rather than doing it individual pieces. Right, so we're going to move this over to here. Okay, so I could align it to that square, which actually I know is going to be exactly right everywhere. So then what do we do with that gap? We can put some sort of trim around it, it's fine. Okay, we're going to align to this. Wonderful. And then I'm going to put a large square here with a different type of planter in there, I think. So let's go. Or do we just go for a huge plant that no, doesn't fit? Although if we carried those triangles around, it kind of would, but I don't think they'll work out in the corner. So let's put a basic shape down first, a square. So I'm just thinking about what to do in my head. And the square will not be big enough. Although it will be covered, so I don't know, let's try this first. Sometimes you just got to try things, see what happens. So you can see we're left with this funny shape in the corner, which we might not be able to cover. Unless we pull the square back to here, like the square planter. Which kind of works, and then obviously just put a white square in there. I think we'll go with that. I might just pull that in line with the triangles, just so whatever trim we use, we can carry it on. So that, I mean, it is too big, but I can make it work. Go back into the bushes and have a look, see what we want to use. We could use like a king coaster or something. Or is that a bit too big? And or helix. Quite like the helix. It's looking kind of neat. I think we might change the colour of these towers as well and put some lighting on them to light them up at night. I think that'll look quite nice. Not too happy with the top of it either. That's something else I want to fix. I was thinking about some sort of dome, like the aquatic water tank or something. In fact, let's have a look. It's definitely an aquatic piece. Is it that? No, we can't scale that. Well, they're not going to be big enough. Water tank. Right, these do scale. I don't know, colour wise, I don't mind the teal. some of the colours, it changes the colours for you from when you mess around with them. It seems to remember what colours you've selected, which is good. I like it. Makes life a bit easier. I think we'll keep the ring visible, although we could just drop it in. We're too big, aren't we? Let's take it down slightly. It's actually kind of nice. What colour is that? Dark grey again. And what colour are these? Are these in a dim grey? Do you know what? I do prefer the dark grey, I think. I just feel like things are a bit darker up here. Yeah, well, I mean, we could even change that dark bands, but I like it. That looks better already. We'll get one corner done, then we'll duplicate it like we did before with these. Right, again, we're going to need to finish this area here, so maybe we'll step that up. I kind of like this stepped feature we've got going on. In fact, we're probably going to have to... Do we just delete these? They're kind of pointless. They're going to be covered. It's a bit annoying, isn't it, that we just need that little bit extra. Maybe we can add another feature there. In fact, it's not quite long enough anyway, so... Remember, I'll move it around to get rid of the visual glitch. That's not lining up very nice. Let's do these. Okay, happy with that. Okay, we're really getting quite a nice sort of water garden. I was going to say roof garden, but actually I'm thinking about water now. Could we get some water in here? We do have the water panels. Well, we do have actual water fountains. We would need to raise it up to hide what's underneath. In fact, they would need to be raised up in line with the path, I think. Which, not so sure now. Perhaps over here. But whatever goes here needs to go that side, so let's have a look at the water panels, the water shapes. These could work. Of course, we'll need something at the back here. Which could be these hedges again. Not sure how I'm going to select that one. Just like that. It's just trying to get that to line up perfectly, isn't it? It's going to be one of those little things that bugs me if I can't get it right. Suppose just overlap it a tiniest bit. There we go. Beautiful, and obviously these can flow all the way through then. Alright, let me go ahead and finish this because it's taken a very long time, a lot longer than I thought, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I've replicated this garden all the way around the roof terrace now, and I've got to say it's looking pretty good. What do you think? So I've obviously modified the 4 towers as well, changed the colour, added some lighting. It's looking pretty good up here compared to what we had before. I've done a bit of work on the queues. We've got this in test mode at the minute, just while that's basically going to be our next job. We want to decorate this ride. I've added some lighting underneath it, but other than that we haven't done anything to this tower yet. So that's going to be the next episode because we're running out of time. We'll have a quick look at night time because I think the lighting is pretty good as well. In fact, I think the lighting's amazing. That's come out really, really well. What do you think, guys? Let me know in the comments. Do like and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back soon for some more content. And yeah, I think next time we're going to sort out this Skywatcher. See if we can make it a bit more exciting, because at the moment, well, it's not a very exciting ride. I mean, there's not much you can do about that, but I'm going to add some sequenced events in, and possibly we might do a huge fireworks show for when the tower gets to the top on a sequencer or something. So I'm going to have to think what to do. I also want to decorate the sort of ride base, if you like, the sort of station house, as it's, I suppose is what you call it. Yeah, let me know. Leave some comments. Tell me what you think. We've got Yoda here. He's our first addition to the ride. And yeah, we'll be back soon for another one, guys. Stay tuned. See you soon. Bye for now.